Very good morning, friends, traders. I'm Nalnakshi Swami. Welcoming to my channel, Smart Mindex Edge. Today, I thought let me make it as a master class for rolling pivot plus Gann HiLo, for like an educational course, so that you will understand very deeply into the most powerful combinations in market structure. This has been designed for the complete package system as a for the market structure. So I am taking you and presenting you as a class so that you will understand better. You will not have any confusion while using this indicator. This combo acts like your trading compass. It is like your trading compass helping you identify trend shifts, institutional footprints, and powerful reversals before most traders even notice. That is the power of rolling pivot and Gann HiLo combination I have created for the complete market structure. So you need not worry, you can trade very well with the combination of this indicator. So the rolling pivot Gann HiLo, I'm welcoming to this master class. Learn how these tools work together to identify trend shifts and institutional prints. In this class, you are going to learn about these tools. How do they work together? Gann HiLo determines the directional bias using moving averages. So Gann HiLo uses the moving averages and determines directional bias. Rolling pivot adapts to chart time frame dynamically. Adapts to chart time frame dynamically, and you will be getting the balance points. Combination, both of them together, you will get clear trend plus balance point awareness. You will be every step during your intraday trading, whether it is an intraday trading, swing trade, or the positional trade, you will get a balance point awareness will be there with these two indicators. So there will be clarity about the market structure. You will be trading with clarity. So here, the Gann HiLo indicator flips from the downtrend, bears to bull, then it changes color. That is the beauty of this indicator. It has been coded for the color change. That is a visual treat for you people, and you will be comfortable. You know the trend is changing over there. High and low period averages define the market phase. Gann HiLo logic is it calculates, goes back highest highs, lowest lows, and gives the averages and shows the market phase. Not like moving average, ordinary simple moving average does not do that. It only does, it takes the closing price of the closing prices and averages it out, and a line will be plotted. That doesn't help. Actually, Gann HiLo logic helps you to take the trend. Blue is equal to uptrend, maroon is equal to downtrend. Blue color is uptrend, maroon is downtrend. So it flips, it changes its color. When the basic need is satisfied, that Gann HiLo changes its color. That clearly you will identify the trend change over there. Price crossover signal, early trend structure changes. That is the Gann HiLo logic. Here in this depiction, what you are going to see, the magenta color was indicating for the bears were in control. Immediately when it takes the average, highest high, lowest lows, averages, and it flips. Then it flips and it is indicating trend is changing over here. So it is a clear indication of transition from bears to bulls. It changes to blue color and you will get to know that trend is changing. You can position yourself properly in the trade. Rolling pivot logic is acts as an institutional reference for market balance, and it has been coded automatically adjusting for the time frame, whether it is hourly, daily, or weekly. It automatically adjusts. You need not do anything. It has been coded so nicely, and it is a dynamic rolling pivot. It's not a static one. And also, it has been coded for dynamic color shifts, show alignment with the Gann HiLo direction. As the Gann HiLo changes its color, even the rolling pivots changes their color to adjust to the trend change. That is the beauty of the rolling pivot. This rolling pivot has been created in sync with the Gann HiLo trend direction. And in this indicator, I've added buy sell signals. When the buy signal will be generated, when it closes above both high, low, and pivot. When the price closes above both high, low, and pivot, then the buy signal will be generated. It has been coded like that. Sell signal are generated when they close below both high, low, and pivot. So for your entry, it is very, very important to see. You need not struggle. You need not manually struggle that whether it is climbing up, whether the trend is flipping or anything. This indicator tells you everything. Green and red triangles mark opportunities visually. So this indicator is coded so nicely for all these things into consideration. So this is I'm taking you to the chart and showing you how the bears were in control in Bajaj Auto. Maybe it is 5 minutes time frame. No, not 5 minutes, 30 minutes time frame. I've taken the picture of 30 minutes time frame. Here, bears were in control. The flip was considered, but it was not complete because it was alternating between blue and magenta. That means the price is going sideways. Only trend after this confirmed, because you can see in this picture rolling pivot flipping between the lines, flipping between red to green and green to red. That means it is going sideways. After some time, Gann HiLo has plotted, and there is no shift between the red to green. It climbed from red to green and it balanced out. Price started moving above that, and above the Gann HiLo and above the rolling pivot, buy signals were generated and the price moved higher. You could have taken position over here comfortably, and see, immediately there was a gap down, you can see on the next day. When the gap down is there, they completely changed to red. Later, during that day, around 12:15 p.m., there was a huge move in the market. Then the trend resumed, and it continued for another 2 days. You can see how the market manipulation also you can make out, and it is a beautiful indicator which has been coded with the color changes, dynamic color changes, buy sell signals, and Gann HiLo for the trend. This is the beautiful combination. So for a practical thing, you need to apply on Nifty or Bank Nifty for observation. You notice transition when both indicators align for early breakout zones. When they align together, it is an early entry. You need to enter early, especially when you are trading in the options. The entry should be very precise. If you do mistake, you cannot sustain the slippages, because you will be seeing the losses, huge losses. With minimal stop loss, you are going to enter with this rolling pivot and Gann HiLo, that too telling you, suggesting you to enter. You need not struggle. You need not go on seeing each and every bar whether the trend is flipping. I used to do that actually. It was difficult for me, but for me, it was not difficult because I have studied that chart thoroughly. I know the price patterns and how it behaves. Everything I've seen over the years. For the newbies, for the traders who are newbie and unable to understand the technicals, then they will find difficult. For to ease them, for making the trade very simple, I have coded for this rolling pivot and Gann HiLo. It is a complete market structure system. I've coded for that. Okay, you can do that. In this, you can see it is a complete system. You are seeing, and this is the Gann HiLo. You are seeing the pivots are climbing higher and it is green. Only when it starts, the trend has changed early and the pivots balance it last. Price lost its balance and you are in the short trade now. And it start in this area, it has gone sideways. Nifty has gone sideways from 24th to 27th, 28th and 29th. On 29th itself, there was a huge breakdown and market is trading lower. You can see when it is trading lower, you don't see any pivots changing its color, only for a shorter period, that too yesterday. Yesterday, to trap the people, the market moved in a upward motion. It showed as if it is going to go up. This is a complete trap to trap the people, and it was a trendy day. The market showed a green color halt in the after the red color bars. It showed a green color bar forming in this, but nothing has changed. With our indicator, you know that this is the resistance level. You are not going to take the level, and you look for the shorting opportunity rather than buying opportunity in this scenario. In this scenario, on the left side, you need to look for a buying opportunity when the price comes down. And the Gann HiLo is supporting you. And you know that this is like a cushion supporting, and you are entering into the discounted price. Here, you are entering into a premium price for the selling opportunity. There, when it becomes premium, at that time, the put option will become very cheap and you will get for a very discounted price. So in this section, you have learned about the rolling pivot and Gann HiLo. So this is the foundation for levels, rolling pivot for levels, Gann HiLo for trend structure. In the next video, I am going to add more precision tools. I've added more precision tools like NR4 and NR7, big bar logic, and vertical marker zones for precise trade timing. So you have learned about the rolling pivot and Gann HiLo, and the same indicator I have added other additional features for the enhancement of your trading journey. So NR4, NR7, why it has been added? Because the market will not trend always. There will be a phases of consolidation, consolidation, and then trend, and followed by the NR4, NR7 consolidation bars, followed by a big bar. So it has been so well taken into account, the whole market structure into account, and even the timings also. At what times the trend structure will behave, how the market behaves on an intraday. So in the first part, you have learned about rolling pivot and Gann HiLo. In the second part, this is the second part I'm showing it to you here. The NR4 and NR7 has been added for that. NR4 is the narrowest four of the four bars. If you see on the chart, out of the four bars, the fourth bar which is formed will be range will be very narrow compared to the preceding previous bars, then it automatically codes. You need not go on measuring the range, and it automatically coded for that identification of the narrow bar. NR7 is narrowest of the 7 bars. It calculates the 7 bars back, and it presents the narrowest of the 7 bars, and it has been color coded. It signals volatility compression. That means market was volatile and it undergoes through a compression. Volatility has been compression. When there is a volatility compression, there will be a expansion of the trade. That is an indication before explosive breakouts. That will be identified with this indicator, rolling pivot reversal magic, has been coded with not only rolling pivot, not only Gann HiLo, it has coded for the considering the market phase of consolidation. How many times you might have seen after run up, the market stays stagnant, goes sideways for hours together. In that, if you start trading in that, you will get chopped out. These bars will alert you that market is entering into that phase. You will be alerted, and you can stay away or prepare yourself for the trade. That is the idea behind this coding NR4 and NR7 bars, considering the market phase of consolidation. Here in this picture, I'm showing you the purple color bars are for the NR7, NR4. NR4 means it is the consolidation. Fourth bar is a very narrow range bar. And after that, you can see the expansion. See how beautifully expansion. Why expansion to the upside has been, you can use the logic. Because the price is above the Gann HiLo, price is above the rolling pivot, and you are followed with expansion. You will be ready for the next up move. Here, below the rolling pivot, price below the rolling pivot, price below the Gann HiLo, trend turning into magenta, and here the NR7 narrow range bar is formed. When narrow range bar is formed, you know that price is ready for another big breakdown. Breakdown, you are saying, and after the breakdown, a narrow range bar has been formed. It is preparing for the reversal, and a big bar reversal you are seeing over here. It has been coded for BB. Coded for. See, I have not added buy and sell signals in this chart. I am going to enable buy signals in the other chart. You can see how the rolling pivot will become dynamic. Dynamic means it changes its color. See, in this chart, you are going to see I've added buy and sell signals. You can see when the narrow bars were forming, when it is above the Gann HiLo and the rolling pivot, buy signals are generated, still the rolling pivot is green. That indicates, so you will not get disturbed, or you will not become panicked to see that market is not going to fall down. It is a red bar. Red bar, you think that you need to book your profits. You will not be in hurry to book your profits. You can hold your position and run the position, run the profits with comfortably. Only when NR7 bar below the pivot, when the trend changes, here it indicates the wide expansion of the price. And you will be alerted for the next expansion. The market is going to go down. If it is a green bar, if it is a green bar, you know that it is for the downward move, confirmed downward move. After this huge fall, a narrow range bar is formed. The big wide range bars, after that a narrow range bar is indicating the halt of the fall, and the follow through is with the big bar expansion. and the reversal continued and the price started moving higher. That is the beauty of this narrow bars as well as the buy and sell signals. When buy and signals are attached with the color change, when I enable the buy and sell signals, the rolling pivot automatically changes color. Now you can see it becomes gray. When it becomes gray, it is suggesting the momentum is exhausted and price is going to go downwards. So you can see the halt in the price, it is an exhaustion and the price started moving down. That is an alert. At every step, it has been coded to, it has taken care for the psychology of the traders and everything. It is a complete package. You will be comfortable while trading with this indicator. This is the beauty of the indicator. I've taken care of the whole market structure, not only the whole market structure and psychology of the traders. Psychology of the trader has been taken into account and it has been coded so well. So you have learned this. So much of thing. See, big bar indicator is being enabled, large body compared to the range and average size. That is the big bar. Bullish big bar is equal to green color. TL means green color. Bearish big bar is maroon color. Confirms breakout direction after NR4 and NR7 contraction. After the volatility contraction, the expansion will be confirmed with this big bar coding. You can get the big bar indicator. So big bar has been coded there. So you will be knowing that it is breaking to the downside or breaking to the upside. In this picture, you can see over here, I've shown you the big bars. This is the big bar. You can see over here, after the compression, NR7 contraction bar, you are seeing the expansion to the upside. When the market was bearish, NR4 bar, NR7 bar, again leading to the expansion, how the market has fallen down. And here in this area you are seeing the price has formed a narrow range bar compared to the other bars, indicating momentum exhaustion, and you are prepared for either to the upside or the downside. When the price starts breaking below this, you can see a big bar down, expansion to the downside, and together with it accompanies with the rolling pivot turning into gray and red, and the Gann HiLo turning its color magenta color. The price has followed down. It is in beauty. See, even after the expansion, big bar expansion, you are seeing a narrow range bar, and it is consolidation. After the consolidation of 3 bars, you are seeing an expansion with the gap up. It's a wide expansion where you cannot participate in this. Actually, it has moved up. The market has moved up. So many times you might have wondered how the market gaps up. So many times it gaps up. You are prepared for this. Why you are prepared for the expansion here? Already the rolling pivot has turned green. Why it has turned green? Because it has turned green, price has climbed above the balance line. It is indicating that price is above the balance line, and narrow range bar formations confirm that there is huge expansion is going to. You can take your position BTST also for this. You can take the position with all this. So beautifully designed. This indicator is beautifully designed with considering all the things into this. So it is a complete package. And apart from that, I've included vertical marker zones because key market times are also very, very important. 9:15, 12:15. 12:15 is very important because that time only London session will start. London session will start. It runs up to 12:15 to 1:15, and most of the time I have observed around 2:30, the major trend shift occurs in the market. 12:15 is the base. You can see what happens. So this vertical marker zones have been coded for that. You need not go on struggling seeing the time. It automatically alerts this is the time. This is the institutional activity coming over here. And power hour transition, it indicates the power hour transition. That is very important for the trader. Ideal for intraday trade, planning and strategy alignment. You can make your intraday trade planning, and you can make a strategy and align with alignment. You can do that. Here in this chart, the vertical bars I have enabled on the rolling pivot magic. You can see a red color one is 9:15. It is labeled, and 12:15 for the green one, and the blue color is 2:30. So that there in this highlighted area, you can see from the 9:15 up to the 11:15 or something, market rallied. Around 12:15, it came back to the original here and it started rallying again up to 2:30. Later it came down and it continued on the next day, 9:30. The bearish movement continued to the downside. That is the beauty. You can have a picture before it happens. Future price action, you can guess with the rolling pivot and reversal magic. This combination, this indicator is so beautiful. It has taken everything into consideration. So it is a complete system integration. Rolling pivot is for bias, Gann HiLo for trend, NR4, NR7 for volatility squeeze, big bar plus VMZ timing confirmation. Together they form a complete professional framework for your trading. Here in this chart, I have enabled everything. In the indicator, I have enabled everything. In the previous, I disabled little by little bit, and I showed you how step by step it has been, this framework has been formed. So now in this picture, I am showing you rolling pivot. These blue, green, red, all the R1, this is the pivot, R1, S1 has been enabled. And the Gann HiLo magenta color dotted line and the blue color flipping to the trend, flipping to the upside. And here, yesterday, the trend was down, completely down. No, there is no choice for you to make mistake. It prevents you to do mistake. What more you want? This indicator tells you you should be on the downside. It step by step, the pivots were declining. It was indicating time by time the market was going down. Even in between green color theme bars were formed. You can see over there. You are not going to make any mistake over here. This was a consolidation phase. Here you can see a narrow range bar, narrow range alternating bar, and a wide expansion followed by wide expansion. Here narrow range bar followed by a wide range expansion. While closing, a narrow range bar has been formed. There may be an expansion to the pullback. It may be a gap up or something to trade lower. The market do like that. But the trend bias is bearish. You can see rolling pivot, Gann HiLo, NR4, NR7, big bar alert, buy sell alert, vertical marker zones. Everything has been included in this indicator. So now you have a complete trend, bias, and timing system. For access to this paid indicator setup, contact me on 9845209600. this disclaimer is this video is for educational purpose and it is a master class to know about the identical. It is not an financial advice. It's a paid indicator. So you need to, if you want, if you are serious to access this, you need to contact me on 9845209600. Thank you very much, friends. Narnakshi Swami signing off.